Welcome to this tutorial on artwork that glows. I'm going to show you how to use a traditional tool of a drop shadow to add glows to your artwork. Now once again, you may not be blown away by the artwork that's in front of you, but if you can learn the basics of this and apply it to neon text, 3D text, and find other applications for it, you will be creating designs that are out of this world. It's very, very simple to do this. It's just using a tool in a different way than you're used to. So, I'm going to just delete everything here, and I'm going to create this word glows. Alright, so I'm going to delete everything there and start from scratch. Now I want quite a dark background in order to show this artwork up nicely. So in order to create a background for my page, I'm going to double click on the rectangle tool and it will give me a page border, which is quite fantastic. I'm going to fill that in with solid black. Next I'm going to grab my text tool and I'm going to write whatever word or phrase I want to design this glow around, and in this case it's going to be glows. Now at the moment I won't be able to see anything. It's because the text is the same color as the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill it in with white by clicking on my white swatch there. So there you have it. I'm going to press P to center that to my page. Now I don't think this font is suitable enough, so I'm actually going to find a font with rounded edges, which is actually Arial rounded. It looks a little bit more like a neon light, fluorescent bulb, whatever you would like to call it. At the moment this text doesn't pop, it's just a little bit boring. And bear in mind you can do this effect to any vector shape. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it with a linear gradient fill. So I'm going to take my interactive fill tool down at the bottom here, go up to my property bar and change the fill to linear. I'm going to change the colors here. Let's go for different colors than the yellow. I'm going to change it from a dark blue to a light blue like that. That's quite nice. I'm going to move the swatches around so that I get my fill going from dark blue at the bottom to light blue at the top, just like that. Okay, and now for the exciting part, actually adding the glow. So as I said, we're going to use the drop shadow tool to do this. I'm just going to click on my background and remove the fill by clicking on this X at the top of my color swatches so that we can see how this is going to work. Click back on my text, fifth up from the bottom, my set of interactive effect tools. I'm going to click and hold there and grab my drop shadow tool. So I'm going to click and drag, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to click and drag on a piece of text, not in the middle here or not here where there's nothing. It must be actually on a piece of text round about the middle. And as I drag, you'll see that I get the preview for the drop shadow. So if I were to let go, my drop shadow ends up there. Now actually, when we're doing glows, we want a uniform drop shadow all around equally each letter or each part of the shape. So in order to do that, we actually move this black swatch so that it covers the white swatch in the middle there. And you'll see when I let go, I actually get a glow around all the letters. I'll just zoom in there so you can see it. Now at the moment it's a little bit faint. We want to punch and pump that up so that it is as dark as possible. And we go to our property bar to do that. Where it's showing our transparency for the drop shadow here, we want to move that all the way up to 100. I can press enter on my keyboard so that it takes effect. And you can see that the drop shadow is now a little bit more punchy. I'm also going to add a little bit more feathering. So I'm going to move this up to 25 so that the glow spreads a little bit further so we get that light fall off from our wording. Now it's the wrong color, so I actually want it to be blue. I think we'll go in even lighter blue than what is showing here, and we hop all the way to the end of our property bar in order to find that blue, and I'm going to grab this blue there. Now you can't see it at the moment because it's not on a dark enough background, hence why you would want to have a glow or light or something. It would want to be showed up on a darker background. But before I do that, I actually need to change this blend mode to normal. So what have we done? Just to recap. Okay, we added the drop shadow so that it's uniform by pulling the black swatch to the white swatch in the middle. We've upped the opacity to 100%, feather 25, normal on our blend mode, and chosen an appropriate color for the shadow over there. So if I grab my pick tool, grab my background, and fill it with black, you'll see that all of a sudden my text has that wonderful glow to it that it didn't have before. So you can obviously play around with this and change the colors to see if they suit you, anything you want. Just have fun with it. And that is adding glows to text.